5 Longevity Secrets from a 105-year-old Japanese doctor. The simple truth about living to 100. What if the key to a long, healthy life wasn't locked behind expensive medications, extreme diets, or complex health regimens? What if the secret was something simple, something you could start today? Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's oldest practicing physician, lived to be 105 years old. More astonishingly, he continued treating patients until he was 100. Unlike what many might expect, his longevity wasn't the result of strict dietary restrictions or cutting-edge medical interventions. Instead, it came down to a few simple habits practiced consistently. In this video, we explore the 5 key principles that guided his extraordinary life and how you can incorporate them into yours. Let's dive into the science, real-life stories, and actionable steps to help you live a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. 1. Eat until you're 80% full. Hara Haki Bulletin. In many Western cultures, we're taught to clean our plates, equating full stomachs with satisfaction. But in Okinawa, home to one of the longest living populations on Earth, people follow a very different rule, Hara Haki Bulletin, meaning eat until you're 80% full. This practice not only promotes longevity but also fosters a more mindful and sustainable approach to eating, one that respects both our bodies and the food we consume. Studies have linked moderate caloric restriction to a longer lifespan and improved metabolic health. Eating slightly less reduces oxidative stress, inflammation, and excess weight gain, key factors in age-related diseases. The National Institute on Aging has published research showing that a moderate reduction in calories can improve longevity and cognitive function. But Hara Haki Bulletin isn't just about eating less, it's also about avoiding waste. By preparing just enough food rather than excessive portions, we reduce food waste while still nourishing ourselves adequately. Helen, 68, always finished every meal, believing it was wasteful to leave food behind. Over time, she noticed bloating, sluggish digestion, and afternoon fatigue. After learning about Hara Haki Bulletin, she began pausing during meals, asking herself, "Am I still hungry?" The result? More energy, better digestion, and a renewed appreciation for mindful eating. She also started cooking just enough for each meal, which not only helped with portion control but also significantly reduced leftover waste in her household. How to apply? Eat slowly, allowing your brain to catch up with your stomach. This prevents overeating and enhances meal enjoyment. Pause halfway through your meal to check if you're still hungry. Often, we eat out of habit rather than true hunger. Use smaller plates and portion sizes to naturally eat less without feeling deprived. Plan meals wisely instead of cooking large quantities just in case. Measure ingredients beforehand to make exactly what you need. Store leftovers properly for future meals instead of letting them go to waste. By embracing Hara Haki Bulletin, we not only promote better health but also cultivate a deeper respect for the food on our plates, eating in a way that is both nourishing and sustainable. To embrace plant-based proteins, especially soy foods. In the West, When we think of protein, we think of steak, chicken, eggs, and maybe the occasional protein shake. It's been drilled into us that meat equals strength, endurance, and good health. But if that were the ultimate truth, why do the longest living people on Earth get most of their protein from plants? Take Okinawa, for example. This small Japanese island is home to some of the world's healthiest and longest living people. Many of them live well past 100, staying active, sharp, and independent. Yet, unlike the Western diet, which is heavy on animal protein, their meals center around plant-based proteins, especially soy-based foods like tofu, miso, natto, and edamame. So what makes soy so special? For starters, it's a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids just like meat. But beyond that, soy is packed with isoflavones, natural compounds with powerful anti-inflammatory and heart protective properties. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published a study linking regular soy consumption to lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, better bone density, and a reduced risk of cognitive decline as we age. Meanwhile, research from the National Institutes of Health suggests that people who consume more plant-based proteins tend to have lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. And the benefits don't stop there. Unlike red meat, which has been linked to inflammation and arterial plaque buildup, soy-based proteins help reduce inflammation and improve circulation. That's a game changer for aging bodies, where joint pain, high blood pressure, and sluggish metabolism become common complaints. Let's talk about Frank. He's 73, retired, and spent most of his life believing that real men eat meat. He avoided soy like the plague because he'd heard rumors that it could mess with testosterone levels. Spoiler, it doesn't. That's a myth. One day, while watching a documentary about Japanese centenarians, he started questioning his diet. He was tired all the time, his blood pressure was creeping up, and his knees ached constantly. If these Japanese elders were living past 100 and still gardening, walking, and cooking for themselves on a diet full of soy, maybe there was something to it. Frank decided to experiment. Twice a week, he swapped his usual steak dinner for a tofu stir-fry with bok choy, garlic, and ginger. He also started his mornings with miso soup instead of bacon and eggs. Within a month, he noticed real changes. His blood pressure dropped. His joint pain eased up. He stopped needing an afternoon nap. He felt lighter, more energetic, and even started walking more. And the best part? He didn't feel like he was missing out on anything. The meals were satisfying, flavorful, and most importantly, they worked for his body. How to apply this to your own life? Switching to more plant-based proteins doesn't mean you have to go full vegetarian or give up your favorite meals. It's all about balance and smart swaps. Here are some easy ways to make soy a regular part of your diet. Start small. Instead of overhauling your whole diet, just add one plant-based protein meal a week. A tofu stir-fry, a veggie burger, or even a bowl of miso soup can make a difference. Upgrade your stir fries. Instead of chicken or beef, toss tofu or tempeh into your stir fry. They absorb flavor beautifully and give you that satisfying, protein-packed bite. Swap your milk. Soy milk is a creamy, nutritious alternative to dairy, perfect for coffee, smoothies, or cereal. Bonus: it's packed with heart-healthy compounds and contains more protein than almond milk. Make miso your morning ritual. A warm bowl of miso soup in the morning is a staple in Japan. It's light, soothing, and full of probiotics that support digestion and immune health. Try edamame as a snack. Those little green soybeans you get at sushi restaurants? They are a protein powerhouse, loaded with fiber and antioxidants. Sprinkle them with sea salt, and you've got a delicious, nutritious snack. We've been conditioned to think that protein has to come from meat, but science, and the world's healthiest people tell us otherwise. Adding more plant-based proteins like soy into your diet isn't about deprivation. It's about longevity, energy, and feeling your best as you age. So, the next time you plan your meals, take a page from Okinawa's playbook. A little tofu today might just help you stay active, sharp, and thriving well into your 90s or beyond. 3. Include fermented foods for gut health. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, one of Japan's oldest and most respected doctors, lived to 105 years old. And every single morning, without fail, he started his day with a warm bowl of miso soup. It wasn't just a comforting tradition, it was a daily investment in his health. In the West, when people hear the word bacteria, they often think of something bad, something to kill off with hand sanitizers and antibiotics. But inside your gut, trillions of bacteria are working around the clock to digest food, absorb nutrients, regulate your immune system, and even influence your mood. The problem? The modern American diet is filled with processed foods, refined sugars, and artificial ingredients that wipe out these beneficial microbes. This can lead to poor digestion, inflammation, weakened immunity, and even increased risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease. Fermented foods like miso, natto, kimchi, and pickled vegetables help replenish the good bacteria in your gut, keeping your digestive system running smoothly and your body functioning at its best. Unlike probiotic pills, which contain only a few strains of bacteria, naturally fermented foods are packed with live, diverse strains that work in harmony with your body. According to research from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, gut health is directly linked to longevity, brain function, and overall well-being. Studies have shown that people who regularly consume fermented foods tend to have stronger immune systems, lower levels of inflammation, and even improved mental health. In fact, a 2021 study from Stanford University found that eating fermented foods not only increases gut microbiome diversity but also reduces markers of inflammation throughout the body, a key factor in aging and disease prevention. Let's talk about Claire. She's 70 years old and has struggled with bloating, gas, and irregular digestion for years. She tried every probiotic supplement on the market: chewables, capsules, expensive refrigerated blends, but nothing made a real difference. Then, one day, a friend introduced her to real miso paste. Not the instant miso packets filled with additives, but the traditional, fermented kind. She started adding a spoonful of miso to warm water each morning, sipping it like a light broth. The results? Within 2 weeks, her bloating disappeared. Her digestion became regular for the first time in years. She had more energy and no longer felt sluggish after meals. She even noticed her skin looking healthier. And the best part? It was simple. No expensive supplements, no complicated diet changes, just one small daily habit that made a huge impact. How to incorporate fermented foods into your diet. You don't have to move to Japan or completely change your diet to reap the benefits of fermented foods. Just a few small additions can make a big difference. Start with miso. Mix a spoonful of miso paste into warm, not boiling, water for an easy, gut-friendly drink. You can also use it as a base for soups, marinades, or salad dressings. Add fermented vegetables to your meals. Try kimchi, sauerkraut, or pickled radish. They add a tangy, flavorful crunch to sandwiches, rice bowls, or scrambled eggs. Give natto a chance. Natto, a fermented soybean dish, is packed with vitamin K2, which supports bone health. If you can get past the strong smell and sticky texture, it's one of the most powerful longevity foods out there. Drink kombucha. This fizzy, fermented tea is a great alternative to soda and provides a boost of probiotics. Just watch out for brands with added sugars. Try yogurt and kefir. Not all dairy is bad. Plain, unsweetened yogurt and kefir are rich in live cultures and can be a great way to support gut health. Gut health affects everything from digestion and immunity to energy levels and mental clarity. And while probiotic supplements can help, nature has already provided a better solution: fermented foods. Dr. Hinohara knew this. That's why he started every morning with miso soup, and why the longest living people on earth make fermented foods a daily habit. So, if you're struggling with digestion, low energy, or just want to age with strength and vitality, don't overcomplicate it. Start small. Add a spoonful of miso to your morning routine. Enjoy some fermented vegetables with lunch, or swap out soda for kombucha. One simple change today could mean a healthier, longer life tomorrow. For smart carbs, the power of Japanese sweet potatoes. Carbs get a bad rap in the West. For decades, diet trends have demonized carbohydrates, blaming them for weight gain, diabetes, and sluggish energy. But here's the truth: not all carbs are created equal. In Okinawa, where people regularly live past 100 in good health, carbs make up the majority of their diet, especially from one surprising source: the Japanese purple sweet potato. For centuries, the Okinawan diet has centered around the imo, a vibrant purple sweet potato packed with health benefits. In fact, before westernized foods like white rice and processed bread entered the picture, These sweet potatoes made up over 60% of the daily caloric intake for Okinawan centenarians. And yet, these people aren't struggling with obesity, diabetes, or chronic disease. Quite the opposite, they are living some of the longest, healthiest lives on the planet. What makes Japanese sweet potatoes so special? Rich in anthocyanins, these powerful antioxidants give the potatoes their deep purple color and have been shown to protect against heart disease, cognitive decline, and inflammation. Low glycemic index. Unlike processed carbs that cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, sweet potatoes digest slowly, providing sustained energy and keeping insulin levels stable. Packed with fiber, this helps regulate digestion, supports gut health, and keeps you feeling full longer, reducing cravings for unhealthy snacks. Loaded with vitamins and minerals, high in vitamin A, vitamin C, and potassium, these nutrients support immunity, skin health, and muscle function. In fact, a study from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, found that anthocyanin-rich foods, like purple sweet potatoes, are linked to lower rates of inflammation, improved cognitive function, and better heart health, all key factors in healthy aging. Paul, 69, was like a lot of people. He bought into the carbs are bad narrative. For years, he avoided bread, pasta, and potatoes, hoping it would help him lose weight and keep his blood sugar stable. But instead, he found himself constantly tired, struggling with afternoon crashes, and craving sweets. His body was begging for better fuel. Then, after reading about the Okinawan diet, he decided to try adding steamed Japanese sweet potatoes to his lunch instead of skipping carbs altogether. The results? His energy levels became more consistent, no more mid-afternoon crashes. His cravings for sugary snacks disappeared. His blood sugar stabilized, with fewer spikes and dips. He actually felt fuller for longer, making it easier to maintain a healthy weight. And the best part? It tasted great. He realized carbs weren't the enemy, it was just about choosing the right ones. How to incorporate Japanese sweet potatoes into your diet. The good news? You don't need to move to Okinawa to benefit from this superfood. Here are some simple ways to enjoy Japanese sweet potatoes while keeping your meals delicious and satisfying. Swap out white rice. Instead of traditional white rice, try adding steamed or roasted Japanese sweet potatoes as a base for your meals. They are just as filling but far more nutrient-dense. Upgrade your mashed potatoes. Instead of butter-laden mashed potatoes, try mashed Japanese sweet potatoes with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. Creamy, flavorful, and way healthier. Roast them for a crispy, nutrient-packed side dish. Slice into wedges. Toss with a little avocado oil, and roast until golden brown. A perfect swap for fries. Add to salads and grain bowls. Roasted sweet potato cubes add a natural sweetness and a boost of fiber to any salad or bowl. Pair them with leafy greens, chickpeas, and a tahini dressing for an Okinawa-inspired meal. Make a nutrient-packed breakfast. Instead of sugary cereals, try a baked sweet potato with almond butter and cinnamon for a naturally sweet, energy-sustaining breakfast. Try them in desserts. Okinawans even use mashed sweet potatoes in treats like mochi or pudding. Blend them into smoothies or bake them into a simple, no sugar added pie filling. Carbs aren't the problem, processed carbs are. If you've been avoiding all carbs and feeling drained, hungry, or struggling with cravings, maybe it's time to take a page from the Okinawan playbook. Japanese sweet potatoes offer the perfect balance of nutrients, slow-burning energy, and disease-fighting antioxidants all in one delicious, naturally sweet package. So next time you're planning a meal, don't fear the carbs. Just choose the ones that fuel your body the right way. 5. The rhythm of longevity, a joyful life. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara lived to be 105 years old, not by following strict diet plans or rigid exercise routines, but by embracing a rhythm of life, one filled with movement, curiosity, and simple joys. Unlike Western health advice, which often revolves around cutting out food groups, counting calories, or pushing through grueling workouts, Dr. Hinohara took a more natural approach. His secret? Stay active, stay engaged, and stay joyful. Dr. Hinohara didn't believe in overcomplicating health. Instead, he built small but powerful habits into his everyday life. Started his mornings with miso soup and a short walk, a warm, gut-friendly meal followed by gentle movement set the tone for a great day. Avoided elevators, choosing stairs whenever possible. He believed movement should be a natural part of life, not something forced. Stayed mentally active, writing books and giving lectures well into his 100s. He never retired in the traditional sense. His passion for learning kept his mind sharp. Maintained social connections, always smiling and finding joy in others. He believed that staying connected and maintaining a sense of purpose were just as important as diet and exercise. His philosophy was simple: keep moving, stay curious, and find joy in everyday moments. Dr. Hinohara wasn't just relying on personal intuition, science backs up his lifestyle choices. Studies show that daily movement, even small amounts, improves longevity. A 2021 study from JAMA Internal Medicine found that taking just 7,000 steps a day can significantly lower mortality risk. Dr. Hinohara's habit of taking the stairs instead of the elevator? A small choice that adds up over time. Lifelong learning and curiosity protect brain health, according to the Alzheimer's Association. Engaging in mentally stimulating activities like reading and writing can delay cognitive decline and lower the risk of dementia. Social connection is key to longevity. The Harvard study of adult development, which followed participants for over 80 years, found that having strong relationships is one of the biggest predictors of a long, healthy life. Dr. Hinohara didn't stress over every little health rule. Instead, he focused on the bigger picture, creating a lifestyle that naturally supported longevity without feeling restrictive. Marie, 71, spent years stressing over health. She meticulously counted calories, worried about the latest diet trends, and felt guilty if she missed a workout. Despite all this effort, she felt constantly anxious, exhausted, and disconnected from the joy of living. Then, she came across Dr. Hinohara's philosophy. Instead of micromanaging every health decision, she started embracing simple, joyful habits. She walked every morning, not as exercise, but as a way to enjoy the fresh air. She stopped rushing through meals and instead savored them, appreciating every bite. She picked up a long-lost hobby, painting, which kept her engaged and excited to learn. She prioritized social time with friends and family, even if it was just a short chat over tea. The result? Less stress, more energy, and a deeper sense of well-being. Marie realized that health isn't about discipline, it's about balance, curiosity, and finding what makes you feel alive. How to apply this to your life? You don't need to overhaul your routine overnight. Start with small shifts that feel natural and enjoyable. Walk for 20 minutes each morning. It doesn't have to be a workout. Just a simple, refreshing walk to wake up your body and mind. Prioritize hobbies and curiosity, whether it's learning an instrument, writing, gardening, or cooking new recipes. Engaging in something you love keeps your brain sharp and your spirit young. Take the stairs when possible, a small habit that adds movement into your day effortlessly. Smile more, connect often, call an old friend, share a laugh with a neighbor, or make time for loved ones. Relationships are a major key to longevity. Practice mindful eating. Instead of rushing through meals, slow down, taste your food, and appreciate each bite. This simple shift can improve digestion and overall well-being. Breathe deeply and be present. Life isn't meant to be rushed. Take deep breaths, enjoy small moments, and focus on what truly matters. Dr. Hinohara's secret to longevity wasn't about perfection, it was about creating a joyful, active, and engaged life. So instead of stressing over every meal or every workout, try this: move a little more, smile a little more, and stay curious. That's the real key to a long, fulfilling life. These longevity secrets aren't about fad diets, extreme workouts, or complicated health trends. They are about simple, consistent habits that add up over time. Longevity isn't a quick fix, it's a way of life. Take a moment to reflect. Imagine waking up each morning feeling energized, clear-headed, and strong, not just surviving, but thriving. That future isn't built on perfection. It's built on small daily choices that create a foundation for lifelong health. So, where do you start? The good news is, it's not about doing everything at once. Pick just one habit and build from there. Eat until you're 80% full. Instead of stuffing yourself, try pausing midway through a meal and asking, "Am I still hungry?" Not only does this improve digestion and prevent overeating, but studies also show it reduces inflammation, slows aging, and extends lifespan. In Okinawa, where people live well past 100, this is a daily practice, not a diet rule. Prioritize plant proteins. The idea that meat is the only source of protein is outdated. Tofu, tempeh, and miso are just alternatives. They are powerhouses for heart health, brain function, and longevity. Making small swaps, like tofu stir-fry instead of red meat or soy milk in your coffee, can have a huge impact. Include fermented foods. If you've ever struggled with digestion, bloating, or low energy, your gut microbiome might be calling for help. Miso soup, kimchi, and natto aren't just tasty, they are natural probiotics that improve gut health, boost immunity, and even support mental clarity. Choose smart carbs. Not all carbs are created equal. Instead of fearing them, choose nutrient-dense options like Japanese sweet potatoes. They fuel your body with steady energy, prevent blood sugar crashes, and are packed with antioxidants that fight aging. It's about quality, not restriction. Live with joy and purpose. Longevity isn't just about what you eat, it's about how you live. Dr. Hinohara, who lived to 105, didn't just focus on food, he focused on movement, curiosity, and social connections. Whether it's taking a morning walk, learning a new skill, or sharing a laugh with loved ones, finding joy is just as important as any diet or exercise plan. Think about someone like Paul, who spent years avoiding carbs and felt constantly fatigued. Or Claire, who relied on probiotic pills but still had digestive issues until she started eating real fermented foods. Or Marie, who was obsessed with following strict health rules but finally found freedom in a balanced, joyful lifestyle. The point: small changes add up. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Which habit will you start today? The best part? You get to choose. Pick one habit, just one, and try it for a week. Maybe it's swapping out processed snacks for a baked sweet potato. Maybe it's having miso soup in the morning instead of your usual breakfast. Maybe it's simply taking an extra 5-minute walk every day. Tell us in the comments, what's your first step? Your small action today could be the beginning of a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life.